Good afternoon everyone. How are you all? I hope each and every one of you is in the pink of health and happiness. How was KCT exam? I hope it went well. Yes. So in today's class we are going to learn about human health and disease. Okay, as usual we are going with the PYQs one by one. Along with that we are going to learn the concepts. Fine. Our first question is, match list 1 and 2. Just match the list 1 and 2. Typhoid, tell me. Bacteria, leishmaniasis, it's a protozoa. Ringworm, fungi, and filariasis, nematode, isn't it? So A4, okay, with the first match we got the answer. D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Again match list 1 and 2. Common cold. Common cold is caused by rhinovirus. Hemozoin is by Plasmodium. Viral test is for typhoid. Allergy, dust mites. So A3. Okay, with the first match, this also with the first match we can get the answer, that is A is the correct answer. Understanding? Easy questions. Yes. Again match list 1 and 2. Ringworm, Trichophyton. Filariasis, Ucheraria, Brancophti. Malaria, Plasmodium vivax. Pneumonia, yes. Haemophilus influenzae. Easy. Again D1, C4, B3. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Understanding? Again match. There are so many match the following questions. Match list 1 and 2. Typhoid. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella. Elephantiasis is Ask helminths. Ringworm, Microsporum. Malaria, Protozoan. So D1, C4, C is the correct answer. Again match the following. Filariasis, tell me. Ucheraria brancophti. Amoebiasis, Entamoeba histolytica. Pneumonia, Haemophilus influenzae. Ringworm, Trichophyton. Easy, isn't it? 2021 ka question hai. Easy as that. So what is that? D2. E3. Yes. So this is the correct answer. With first match itself we will get the answer. Easy questions, yes. Again match the following. Typhoid, Salmonella typhi. Pneumonia, Haemophilus influenzae. Filariasis, Ucheraria brancophti. Malaria, Plasmodium vivax. Yes. So D2. A is the correct answer. The infectious stage of Plasmodium that enters the human body is it sporozoites? Sporozoites. Again match the following. Same. That is typhoid again, Salmonella typhi. Can you notice how many match the following, and they have asked typhoid, malaria, pneumonia, filariasis most of the time. So, you already know the answer for this. Okay. So, A4 in only one D4 Delhi. Okay, we will still match it. Malaria, Plasmodium vivax, pneumonia, Haemophilus influenzae, filariasis, vauchereria, Brancofti. So, we got it A4 and D2, that is D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Identify the correct pair representing the causative agent of typhoid fever and the confirmatory test for typhoid test. Causative agent is Salmonella typhi. So, okay, these two wrong, Salmonella typhi, and the confirmatory test for typhoid is Weidel test. So, it is D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Salmonella typhi and Weidel test. In which disease does mosquito transmitted pathogen cause chronic inflammation of lymphatic vessel? Elephantiasis. Yes. A is the correct answer. Which of the following is not an autoimmune disease? And this? Psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, vitiligo, but Alzheimer's is not a, it is an eating question it is. We need to find which is not a autoimmune disease, that is Alzheimer's is not a autoimmune disease. Understanding? Which of the following sets of disease is caused by bacteria? Tetanus, yes. Mumps, no. Herpes, virus. Then cholera and tetanus, yes. Typhoid, smallpox, virus. So, these are from virus, and cholera and tetanus both are from the bacteria. Understanding? With the elimination technique, yes, you can eliminate it. Herpes also influenza. Yes. Now tell me, the organism which cause disease in plants and animals are called pathogens, vectors, insects and worms. These are called pathogens. Direct question from NCERT, definition based question. Which of the following viruses is not transferred through semen of an infected male? Chikungunya virus, Ebola, hepatitis B and HIV. You know HIV will definitely, it will be transferred, hepatitis B virus will be transferred, Ebola will be transferred, but what about chikungunya? It will not be transferred through the semen. Infection of Ascaris usually occurs by infection.
Option B.
Drinking water containing eggs of Ascaris. Yes. Exenesis, these are called cyst. They will be in the cyst form. Again match the following. These questions are from immunity chapter. B lymphocytes, these are is it passive immunity, cell mediated immunity, or produce an army of the proteins in response to pathogens? Innate immunity. B lymphocytes. Otherwise you can match the T lymphocytes, cell mediated. Colostrum, passive. Interferons, innate immunity. B lymphocytes. Then if you don't know, the last one which is left is it produces an army of proteins in response to pathogens, that is they produce Ig, that is immunoglobulins, isn't it? So match it. I mean, what is the correct answer? D1, okay, C2, C is the correct answer. Understanding? Yes. So, given below are two statements. Statement 1 is bone marrow is the main lymphoid organ where all blood cells including lymphocytes are produced. Is it true? Is it true? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Statement 2, both bone marrow and thymus produce microenvironment for the development and maturation of T lymphocytes. Yes, true. So, which means both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. This is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Again, match 1 and 2, cytokinin barriers are interferons, cellular barriers, neutrophils and macrophages, physiological barriers, physiological, tears, saliva, acid in the stomach, physical barriers, mucus coating of respiratory tract. Tell me D1. Okay. A is the correct answer. A to B, C4, D1. Understanding? So, there are so many, such type questions are there. It's been repeated so many times, yes. Which of the following reasons is mainly responsible for graft rejection in transplantation of organs? Definitely it is. Definitely it is cell mediated response, that is done by T lymphocytes. Match list 1 and list 2. Again, see, I said right, like similar kind of questions. Most probably these kind of questions are repeated again and again. Cellular barrier, neutrophils. Cytokine barrier, interferons. Physical barrier, mucus. Physiological barrier, HCl in the gastric juice. D4, C2. Yes. Shall we move on to the next question? Easy. Select the incorrect statement with respect to acquired immunity. You need to select the incorrect statements. Okay. The first statement is acquired immunity is non-specific type of defense present at the time of birth. Is it correct?
No.
It says non-specific. No, it is specific. And is it present in the time of birth? No, you are acquiring in your lifetime, during your lifetime. That is called acquired immunity. It is not present in the time of birth. At the time of birth it will be innate. So, A is the wrong, we need to find the wrong statement, we got it, the A as a wrong statement in the first option itself. Given below two statements, statement 1, autoimmune disorder is a condition where body defense mechanism recognizes its own cell as foreign bodies. Rheumatoid arthritis is a condition where body does not attack self cells. So, 1 is true, 2 is false. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Identify the wrong statement with reference to immunity. You need to find the wrong statement. Whenever you find incorrect, wrong, just underline it. Yes. When ready-made antibodies are directly given, it is called passive immunity. Active immunity is quick and give full response. Is it correct? Fetus receive some antibodies from the mother is an example of passive immunity. When exposed to antigen, living or dead, antibodies are produced in the host body. It is called active immunity. So, which one?
Option B.
Active immunity is, it gives full, yes, it is slow, but it gives full response. It is the following question. The yellowish fluid colostrum secreted by mammary glands of the mother during the initial days of lactation has abundant antibodies IgA, remember this one, okay, IgA, to protect the infant. The type of immunity is called?
Passive.
The type of immunity it is called passive immunity. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Colostrum, the yellowish fluid secreted by mother during the initial days of lactation is very essential to impart immunity to the newborn infant because it contains
Immunoglobulin.
immunoglobulin A, that is IgA. IgA. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Which of the following immune responses is responsible for rejection of kidney graft?
Cell mediated.
Easy as that, cell mediated, that is T lymphocytes, especially in the cell mediated, it is, I mean in cell mediated it is T lymphocytes which does that. Malt constitutes about how many percent of the lymphoid tissue in the human body? Majority, it is 50%, 50% of the lymphoid tissue in the human body, malt, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue, malt. The transplantation of tissues or organs fails often due to non-acceptance by the patient body. Which type of immune response is responsible for such rejection? We did this already. Option B, that is cell mediated. Can you see how many repeated questions are there? How many repeated questions are there? From immunity, they've been only asking about the graft rejection, especially T lymphocytes. Then IgA, passive immunity, that is the colostrum, they have asked many a times. This also repeated questions. Antivenom injection contains performed antibodies, while polio drops that are administered into the body contain activated pathogens, harvested antibodies, no.
Option D.
Gamma globulin, no. It is attenuated pathogens, vaccine, those are. In higher vertebrates, the immune system can distinguish self cells and non-self. If this property is lost due to the genetic abnormality and it attacks self cell, then it leads to allergic response, graft rejection, yes it is autoimmune disease, Grafted kidney may be rejected in the patient due to, again, how many times is been repeated, tell me. Grafted kidney may be rejected in the patient is due to cell mediated immune response. Which of the following immunoglobulins does constitute a large percentage of human milk, that colostrum? IgA. The cell mediated immunity inside the human body is carried out by, it is carried out by T lymphocytes. Now coming to AIDS, in which blood corpuscles the HIV undergoes replication and produce the progeny viruses? Is it eosinophils? TH means like this, T helper cells, B lymphocytes, basophils.
Yes, sir.
That is T helper cells. Which of the following is correct regarding AIDS causative agent HIV? HIV is undeveloped retrovirus? No. HIV does not escape but attacks the acquired immune response? Does not escape but attacks the acquired immune response? Is it? HIV is enveloped virus, yes, contain one molecule of single stranded RNA and one molecule of reverse transcriptase. It is a diploid, right? So HIV is enveloped, yes, true, and it contains two identical molecules of single stranded RNA and two molecules of reverse transcriptase. This is true. D is the correct answer. In this stage. two identical molecules of single stranded DNA, that is ssDNA, two molecules of ssRNA, and for RNA to become that complementary DNA, it need reverse transcriptase enzyme, that is two molecules of reverse transcriptase enzyme. HIV that causes AIDS first starts destroying, again this question is the repeated question. Option A, that is T helper cells. At which stage of HIV infection does one usually show symptoms of AIDS? Is it when the viral DNA is produced by reverse transcriptase? No. Within 15 days of sexual contact with an infected person? When the infected retrovirus enters the host cell? When HIV damages large number of T helper cells? When the HIV damages large number of helper T cells or T helper cells, what happens? They become, their immune system becomes so weak. At that point of time, they will show symptoms like they will be getting fever often, they will be getting cold often, like for very small things also their immune system will not be there, the T helper cells will not be there to fight against. So at that particular point of time they show the symptoms, otherwise they don't get to know whether they been infected with the HIV or not. Match the list 1 and 2. Malignant tumors show metastasis. Yes, very good. MALT, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. NACO is a
AIDS.
Yes, AIDS. Alpha interferons, they destroy tumors. Alpha interferons destroy tumors. So D1, C2, B, B4. D1, C2, B4. A is the correct answer. Which of the following statement is not true for cancer cells in relation to mutations? Mutations in okay, we need to find the not true, that is incorrect statement. Mutation in proto-oncogenes accelerate the cell cycle, true. Mutation destroy telomerase inhibitor, true. It destroys the telomerase inhibitor, the telomerase enzyme will be present, active, and it will be more produced in the mutated cells, yes. Mutation inactivate the cell control, definitely there will be no control in the cell division. Mutation inhibit the production of telomerase, no, the telomerase production will be so active in the mutated cells. So we need to find the wrong statement, that is D4 del is a wrong statement. Mutation inhibit the production of telomerase is wrong. Mutation, the mutated cells, they show the exhibit production of the telomerase. The mutation cells will be showing more production of the telomerase enzyme. Match list 1 and 2. Cocaine, now coming to drug and alcohol abuse. Cocaine produced, is extracted by erythroxylum coca. Heroin by poppy, that is poppy plant. Papaver somniferum. Morphine is an effective sedative, that is a painkiller in surgery. Marijuana obtained from cannabis sativa. So D2, D2, C1, okay. B4, A3. B4 Bombay is the correct answer. Yes. Again similar question. Just try to match it. Heroin. Yes. Tell me. Morphine is a painkiller. Cocaine, which interfere with the transport of dopamine? Tell me.
Cocaine.
Yes.
Cocaine.
1 second, wait. Effect on cardiovascular system. Cocaine, effect on? Yes, tell me students. Just morphine is a painkiller. Then marijuana, it's also a alkaloid which will be interfering with the, it does the same, right? We'll just see. Yes. Effect on, it's also alkaloid. If yes, effect on the cardiovascular system, then morphine interfere with the yes, a painkiller. Morphine is a painkiller. Then you can see heroin slows down the body function, and cocaine interfere with the, yes, that is true, interfere with the transport of dopamine. Okay. Any confusion? Because anyway those two function. Yes. Option B. Okay. Even with the first, that one D, morphine as a painkiller, if we know that, we could say that it's a B. B for Bombay is a correct answer. With first match itself, we will get the answer, right? Yes. Diacetyl morphine is also called as diacetyl morphine. It is also called as SMAC, which is obtained from diacetyl morphine. Papaver somniferum. Drug called heroin is synthesized by, heroin itself is, this is called diacetyl, this one, morphine, diacetyl morphine, acetylation, dry acetyl means acetylation of morphine has taken place, that diacetyl morphine we call it as is heroin. So acetyl means acetylation of morphine, easy as that. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Which part of the poppy plant is used to obtain drug SMAC? SMAC is heroin. So actually the part of the poppy plant is used is latex. Latex is used to obtain the drug SMAC. Which is a particular type of drug that is obtained from the plant whose one flowering branch, okay, this one. This is, actually this is datura. Datura is a hallucinogen. Datura is, I mean, from here if you obtain, it is a hallucinogen. That is B for Bombay is a correct answer. Understanding? Any doubts? So this is the end of the chapter, which means around 46 or 48 questions were there, and which were very easy, or almost every repeated. In every part you can see that it's been repeated several times, the questions been repeated several times, isn't it? So only these, yes, these many questions were there. And about yesterday, many were not present in the class yesterday, especially in the principle of inheritance and variation chapter and morphology, sorry, this one, molecular basis of inheritance chapter. Those two chapters are very, very important. They have around 13%, first one, that is principle of variation and principle of inheritance and variation has like 10 to 14% weightage, and molecular basis of inheritance has 14 to 14% of weightage, which means you can expect around 10 to 12 questions from them, isn't it? So yesterday after we did all 96 questions were there, we did yesterday, and that particular video will be uploaded today, by today evening, on YouTube. Go through all the questions, okay. Sure, it will be uploaded. Which one? Molecular basis of inheritance are you talking about? Principle of inheritance and variation is already, I think now it is getting uploaded, and molecular basis of inheritance will be uploaded by evening. Okay, go through it. There are numericals. You need very like hardcore concept to solve those numericals. It is very important. This chapter is easy only for like we did all the PYQs of around last 10 years. Okay, and on Monday probably I will be discussing about 2025 last year papers. Okay, last year paper, whole 90 questions we will be discussing. Don't miss on that particular day. Monday we will be discussing, and Tuesday, Wednesday we will be doing biotechnology 2 chapters. Okay, tomorrow you will be having mock. Don't miss mock also, write it. And you need to revise, recall everything about the previous 2 chapters, molecular basis of inheritance and principle of inheritance and variation. Around 90 questions are there. Otherwise I will share this thing also, PPT also with you. You can solve by your own. Individual solving actually improves how we encounter with a question, right? So that is also there. Yes, Subhash?
There the principle of ingredients is uploaded already.
Okay. So yes, students, that particular thing, particular chapter, day before yesterday, it's already been uploaded, and today by evening we'll be uploading molecular basis of inheritance. Understanding? So if there is any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, okay, this is the end of the chapter. You can go read for tomorrow's exam mock. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. You can leave the call. Thank you.